It's cold out there, like for real. It's super cold out there, man. I can't even believe it. It's freezing outside, but it's warm in here, and I'm super grateful for that. And it's warm in here, and we're about to warm it up even more. We're going to get hot in here. We're going to have a conversation today about what's more important, the who's or the hows. And we're also going to dive deep into this 800% club thing that I seem to have, created and built, and I don't know, all of those things. This life that I'm currently living that I had no idea. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a brand campaign. We're going to talk about a little bit about a brand campaign that I think is going to shake things up like crazy. And also, I'm going to show you the location of our new top secret facility and headquarters that we have here for Glenn Lundy LLC and ultimately 800% Club. So all of that and more. We got a lot on the plate for you today. Thanks for being here. Let's dive in. It's time to rise and grind. Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Elite Club. I hope you're ready for motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations, because it's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Friday. That's right. Today is Friday, December 23rd, 2022. It means we got 8 days left in the year. Can you believe that? And Christmas is Sunday. Incredible. Today is Friday, December 23rd, 2022. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, December 23rd, 2022. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. That's right. I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where it is currently -2 degrees. That's right. It is -2 degrees outside. And the real feel, I don't know if y'all look at that real feel on AccuWeather. It's like, here's the temperature, but here's what it feels like. The real feel is -25 degrees. You heard that right. -25 degrees. That is the temperature outside this morning, with wind gusts up to 26 miles per hour. So, what does that mean? Marilyn Wilkins said it's not even safe to be outside. Here's what that means. That means I love you guys a lot. That's what that means. Last night before we went to bed, my wife was like, dude, it's going to be cold. Dude, it's going to be frozen. Dude, it's not going to be safe. Dude, you're not doing your show. And I'm like, dude, I will see you when I get back. Because I stinking love starting my mornings with you. It's so powerful to be able to jump into this space every single day. So I braved it, man. Went out in the -20 whatever and jumped in the truck and drove here. And here I am in the studio with my hands in my hoodie because it's cold. But here I am with you, right? The temperature is unnecessary. But being here with you is a requirement of my life. So thank you for choosing to spend this time with me. It'd be really weird if I braved the storm and you didn't show up. So I'm glad that you did. And as a matter of fact, if you do me a huge favor right now over on Facebook, tag your friends that you know are supposed to be in here with us. I know that we're having not troubles, but challenges. We're having challenges as Facebook continues to throttle the good news, right? They continue to throttle the good news. So do me a favor and tag your friends that you know are supposed to be in here. Clubhouse, share it out. Facebook, share it out. All that good stuff. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Now, here's the deal. It is cold outside and we're in the midst of a storm. And yes, it is negative 2 degrees and a real feel of negative 25. Okay. But just like anything else, this too shall pass. This storm that is coming through will pass. The seasons that we have in life, they come to pass. There are seasons of success that come to pass. There are seasons of struggle or trials that come to pass. But it all comes to pass, right? There you go, Melvin. See, Melvin finally found me. Melvin's on here every day, and he's having a hard time finding the show. And that has pretty much been the case all week. But this too shall pass. And just like the us being shadow banned and all these things on all these different platforms, that too shall pass. Like, complete, like, side note, man, we have done everything in our power to get verified on Instagram. It's so crazy. They just will not let it happen. And there's all these like fake copycat accounts, and there's people scamming and frauding money and so on and so forth. And we've got all the articles, we've got, all everything that is required, right? And we've got verification on Facebook even. But our account is like in this weird shadow banned state. If you look at our Facebook group, if you look at our Facebook page, if you look at our Instagram page, all of those things, we've had the same, like literally the exact same amount of reach. Now, I'm sorry, the reach is a little bit different, but same amount of follower counts for 2 years. 2 years. Creating content every single day, posting every single day, reaching more and more people through venues and connections and relationships. And we can see that we'll be like plus 100, plus 1,000, whatever connections and followers. Like, we see it in the analytics, but the number won't change. It's 29,000. We've been 29,000 people on Instagram for 2 years. The number simply will not change. It's the craziest stuff. But guess what? We just keep showing up. Because this too shall pass. So anyways, complete side note. Hey, yesterday was one of my favorite days ever professionally, as a professional. Seriously, one of my favorite days ever in all of my career. I'm 45 years old, and yesterday was absolutely phenomenal. It started with, yeah, you have to search for the live every morning. That's crazy, Robin. So it started with, I moved one of my guys. I moved him out of a seat that he did not fit in perfectly into a role that I believe is ultimately ideal for him and the company. And see, I did that on the basis of something called the hedgehog concept, right? Which the hedgehog concept is that overlay of what you can be best in the world at, what you're passionate about, and what makes the most economic sense. Where those three circles combine, that's like the ideal spot, right, to be in. That's where you should be functioning. That's why the light's like that. I've got this light on above my head. So I was looking at all of my employees, doing an audit, end of the year audit, and just looking at everybody, and I'm like, is that person in the spot that they could be best in the world at, that they're passionate about, that makes the most economic sense? And for this guy, I was like, no, I don't think he is. And so we created a whole nother role in the company specifically for him, because he's an amazing, amazing, amazing dude, right? So we created a role that allows him to do what he could be best in the world at, super passionate about, makes most economic sense. So we made that move yesterday, right? Which was awesome, right? Then I gave another longtime friend of mine in need, I was able to give him a job. Like, we created a role for him right on the spot. Like, he came to me yesterday morning Here's my situation. Here's what I got going on. Da 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 da. And I'm like, boom. Okay, this is your zone of genius. How could your zone of genius be a fit for what we're trying to build as a company? Okay, here's what we need as a company. Here's your zone of genius. Here's your best in the world, passionate, economic sense. Boom. We created a role, gave them a job right there on the spot. This is a dude who's meant the world to me for the last 15 years. So it's such an honor to be able to help him in his time. Right. And now he's a part of our organization. Right. So that happened yesterday. So that was awesome. And then my team brainstormed and we went in. I walked around the corner from my studio and my team was in there. They were just brainstorming. They were writing stuff on the vibe board. They were working through their calls and their scripts and their strategies and so on and so forth. It was amazing. I was like, yeah, my team is freaking getting it. And then we sat there and we had a little brainstorm and we're like, who else do we need? Who else do we need on my team? Who are the top most talented hitters on the planet that we know, that we are aware of, right? And we brainstormed and we sat and we wrote names on the screen. We were like, this person, this person, this person, this person. And I'm like, all right, out of those people, which one's the absolute best that we got to go get them? And they were like, this dude right here, this is the best. And I like pulled out my phone, put it on speakerphone. I called the dude. I'm like, come on, man. You got to come be a part of 800% Club. Let's go. And we hired another hitter. The dude's a beast. And he starts January 2nd. So that happened yesterday, right? It was crazy. And then we got approved. Yesterday, we got approved for our brand new 9,700 square foot facility. That's right. You heard it here first, folks. We now have a 9,700 square foot office that we will be moving into. Hopefully it'll be ready for us. We'll be moving in February. 9,700 square feet. Right now, our office is like 900 square feet. We're going to 9,700. It's amazing, right? 9,700 square foot facility. Yesterday, we were full on approved on that, which is incredible. We also locked in another trusted sponsor for our events. We were able to lock that down yesterday. We also expanded our client base. We were able to add another dealer body into our 800% Club, which I'm super excited about. And then yesterday, also, our product offerings got more robust, right? We were able to add performance managers to what we've been doing. So for the longest time, it was just this dude right here, Glenn Lundy. I didn't have a team. And so for the longest time, I wasn't able to really do the performance manager side, right? I was just able to kind of work with the clients the way that I work with the clients. But as far as like holding them accountable, stats and data and so on and so forth, is a little bit different, right? And so we've made that more robust now. We've got a better product than we had before. So that expanded yesterday as well. And then we stumbled into, and I mean, God is good, man, but we stumbled into what I believe might just be the strongest, most powerful marketing campaign the auto industry has ever seen, if not the globe. And right now it's like a little bit top secret. So I can't go into the details, but just know, you'll see it soon. I believe it might be the strongest, most powerful marketing campaign the industry has ever seen. Yesterday was spectacular. Now you might be saying, that's great, Glenn, but why and how is this all connected to? Like, what does this have to do with this week's series? We've been doing a series this week about identity. And I had told you earlier in the week that my intention was, by the end of the week, if you stuck with me, my intention was that there would be something in you, right? That we would tap into some. What's up, Josh Mitchell? We were talking about you yesterday, too. I got to call you today. Great to see you. But we've been talking about this week identity and getting really clear and understanding who we are. And my promise to you was that if you stuck with me this week, I'd have you thinking about some things and we could create some shifts. And so you're probably asking, as I'm highlighting all of the amazing things that happened yesterday for our company, you're like, well, what does this have to do with this week's series on identity? And I am going to tell you exactly what this has to do with this series on identity right after we do some dancing. That's right, because you know what we do on this show. We got to do some dancing, man. An object in motion tends to stay in motion, and an object at rest tends to stay at rest. So we're going to need to get this body in motion this morning, all right? We're going to need to get this body in motion. It's cold outside, so we got to stay hot up in here. You feel me? So let's get moving. No matter where you are in the world, I want you to do some dancing this morning. This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching on replay, you're going to say what's up, and I'm going to say what's up back. Now, lastly, I really, really, really need you to chip in and help me with some shares, man. I'm telling you, they be trying to hide all this goodness. They be trying to hide all this goodness, but you can help me with that. Tag some people on Facebook. Hit the share button on Clubhouse. 41 shares. There's 150 of y'all. Come on. We need some help. All right. Share this out into the Clubhouse streets. Share it on Facebook. Share it on YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. Gail Beecraft, good morning. Great to see you. Stephanie Toadvine, what up? Robin Price is in the building. Rick Tamburino is up in here as well. Jeff Moffitt, great to see you. I see my boy Ramon and Liza are with me up there on the top line over there on Clubhouse. Justin is in the building. Yin kicked it off this morning. She killed it. What's up, Kim Walsh? Phillips, Marilyn Wilkins doing some dancing. I see Tara Murney. I see Christina. I see Jeff. I see TM and Monica and Renee. Kevin Fadley's in the building. Russell Hill, glad you're here. What's up, Debbie Dowling? Voila, glad you made it today. Natasha Smith is in the building. Sonia Merritt. Will Franchell is up in here. And my guy, Tony Tito Washington. Me and Tony Tito Washington had a phone call yesterday. And just so you know, anytime I have a phone call with Tony Tito Washington, something big is on the horizon. I'm just saying. Anytime I'm on the phone with Tony Tito Washington, he's the guy who wrote this song that you're listening to right now. This iconic song that has been a part of our lives now for 3 years. Everybody on here knows this song. He's the dude. Josh O is up in here today as well. Great to see you, Josh O. Angela Heath is in the building. You're going to stay right here in bed today? Get your butt up, Stephanie Toadvine. That is unacceptable, girl. Liddy Paul is in the building. The Bettina. What's up, Bettina? I'm glad you're here. Jackie's here. Andy's here. Core Element's here. Samira's here. 24K Clarity is in the building. Tom and Fiona and Mary Kim and Tony and Beverly. How you doing, Annette? What's up, Ramona? Carmela is in the building. Nabia and Richard and Sydney. Is that Richard Bruce? My guy, Richard Bruce. Yo, check it out, man. We gotta get together. And I have not been able to put my focus and intention on how we're gonna do this. But my guy, Richard Bruce, he's got a bunch of orphans out there in Uganda. They sent me a beautiful video saying happy birthday. All these beautiful kids that he's taking care of over there. And they're working on getting electricity to all them babies. We need electricity, we need water, we need education. Those are the things that we need over there in Uganda. We need electricity, we need water, and we need education. Basic human rights that they don't have over there in Uganda. But Richard's doing something about that. So they're working on some solar stuff out there. Well, we're going to be working on some water projects in 2023 that I'm super excited about. We're going to make sure these kids get the education that they need. First, we got to extend their lives, right? And then we got to make sure that it's a fulfilling life. So I'm going to be calling on you to help. I'm going to be calling on you to help. If you can help now, just go ahead and click on Richard Bruce's profile there. If you're over there on Clubhouse, he's down there about halfway down. If you can help now, there's some things he's working on. But I'm telling you, in 2023, we're going all in big time on making a massive impact over in that part of the country. Does that sound fair? Fair enough. All right. I'm going to tell you what all this has to do with you here in just a second. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do that. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so here's the reality, okay? Here's the truth. Write it down, take a picture, make a note, okay? I have, like, no idea what I'm doing. When it comes to building this company, I've never done this before. Never in my life have I owned, ran, and operated a multi-million-dollar company. I've never done it. And I have, like, no idea what I'm doing. But I am very, very, very clear on who I am and who we are as a company. I don't know how we're going to get there. I just know who we are and who I am. You see, in the beginning when we launched, when I left my job 4 years ago, and when I left the job, we just kind of had the show, the Rise and Grind show, and we didn't really have a clue what was going on. And so a buddy of mine was like, hey, you probably need a planner to help people with the morning 5. And I was like, okay, cool. So we launched a planner, and that generated some revenue. And then there were some amazing dealers that supported me, and like Brian Benstock and stuff. And they were like, hey, come to my store and talk to my people. I'll write you a check. So there were some people that wrote me a check for coming to their store. And I started kind of traveling around doing some in-store consulting and just kind of winging it. Like, okay, I'll just go in the store and just share some wisdom and that kind of thing. And then I had this event, this Grow for God event. And on the way back from the Grow for God event, my buddy Cameron Goss was like, bro, you should be working with dealers. I'm like, I am working with dealers. He's like, no, like for real working with dealers. Like, take it seriously. You should be working with dealers. You bring something special to the table. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take it more seriously. I'll start working with dealers a little bit more, right? And so 3 years ago, we had a workshop, and we called it the 800% workshop, and it was right here in Lexington, Kentucky, and there was 14 dealers that came to that workshop. They paid $5,000 a piece to come to the workshop. And then on the second day, the second morning of the workshop, right? The second morning of the workshop, I was like, oh, what's next? So we had a workshop, 14 dealers showed up. So what's next? And I was like, well, let's make it a subscription. Like, let's make it a membership, and you can you can partner with these dealers and help them grow. And so that became the 800% club. And I offered that on day 2, and 12 of the 14 dealers that were in the room, they all decided, yeah, I want to be a part of that 800% club thing. And so we started doing that, and started doing virtual training, and started doing coaching. And then we're like, well, we should probably add some retreats, because if we're just doing everything virtually, like, that's not good enough to build long lasting relationships. And I want people to have amazing experiences when they do business with me. And so we started adding in retreats. And then somebody at one point was like, dude, I can't be a part of this anymore because you're the only guy talking, and there's other people in the room that are really, really smart. And I want to hear from them too. I don't want to just hear from you. I think you're smart and I think you're great, but I want to hear from other people too. So then we're like, oh, well, we need to add a dashboard. So we created a dashboard, and we started doing pre-recorded trainings, and we started launching the trainings pre-recorded, fully produced right here in Wirecast, just like I produced this show. And we put that into a dashboard that people can watch on the pre-record, but then we still meet live every single week so that people can interact within the group, which built this entire community that I didn't even expect, to the point where now we got people that are practicing on their arm so that they can get a tattoo in February of 800% right on their forearm, which is crazy because we have such a strong, amazing community that we built, which I had no idea we were building. I didn't have a clue. All I knew is who I was. and who we are. Now here we are in 2023, and we're launching 10 new initiatives in 2023. Crazy, right? 10. Launching 10 new. You can see some of them back here on this chalkboard behind me. I forgot to erase my chalkboard, and I was in here in a meeting yesterday, and I was going over some of the initiatives that we have for 2023, right? So we have 10 new initiatives that are coming out in 2023, and my payroll is like super, super high. Just so you know. Payroll is like super high, right? We're hiring top talent and we're paying top of market. So my payroll's high. If somebody were to look at my books, they'd probably say, "Oh, your payroll is out of whack. Your payroll's too high versus your revenue, right?" And I totally get that. And acquisition is still, like, acquisition of new clients is still currently very challenging. Like, we don't just have people banging on the door to come do business with us right now because nobody's ever done what we're doing. There's no roadmap for this. It's a brand new concept, what we've created. It's a completely new, there's pieces we've taken from other similar concepts, but no one's ever worked directly with owners the way that we are. And so it's a new concept. Acquisition is still very challenging. Payroll is very high, and we do not need a 9,700 square foot building for 12 of us. We do not need a 9,700 square foot office facility for 12 people. We don't need it. We don't need it. And when it comes to our initiatives, like, we have 10 initiatives to launch in 2023. We may do some leadership training and leadership development. We may do some training as far as the trade, the actual craft of automotive. There's some things going on up in Michigan and DC that we might be a part of. We might do some government contracts in 2023. There's some possibilities that the government is going to hire us as a I can't even think of the word because I never use it, as a minority. As a minority owned business, there's some government contracts that are out that they're looking to do some stuff with. We might do that in 2023. We might do some corporate work. There's some manufacturers like Ford and Mercedes and Toyota and Hyundai and Kia that are all interested in having discussions with us about being the trainer on record for their organizations, right? So that might happen in 2023. I don't know. I really don't know exactly what's going to happen. I have no idea. But this I do know. I do know that we are going to build a company that only tolerates and drives excellence from our people. I do know that. I also know that we will lead with culture, and we will always put people first. I do know that. I also know that we will be a diverse company, that we will be an inclusive company, that we will be a company that without prejudice, either way, without prejudice, only the best of the best are going to get a seat at the table. Period. I don't care if you're black, you're brown, you're white, you're male, or you're female. I don't care. Without prejudice, if you are the best, you will get a seat at the table, and only the best. We will only have stellar colleagues in this company. I also know that we will honor God and his words and deeds will flow freely throughout the walls of this company at all times. The word of God and the spirit of God will not be squashed or squandered in my company for nobody, for no reason ever. I also know that growth matters. Growth matters to us. And like they say like my friends over at Netflix say, average performers will earn an adequate severance package. I'm going to say that one more time for my boy Ramon, because he's going to like that one. Adequate performers and adequate performance will earn a generous severance package. My guess is Coach Isaac knows what that stands for as well. Right, Coach?
That's right.
There he is. I know that we will practice in my company. We will practice an environment of freedom and responsibility. An environment where we will have one policy, one major policy. We'll probably have to have a couple like little safety policies or maybe some legal policies. But the main policy will always be to act in the best interest of the company at all times. To take any action that is not in the best interest of the company at any time will earn you your generous severance package. Outside of that, you have the freedom to make decisions in this company. Outside of that, you have the freedom to work the schedule the way you'd like to work the schedule, to take the time that you need to take the time, as long as you're driving the results, as long as you're driving excellent results, then you have the freedom to move about as you please, with the responsibility to move the company forward. I also know for a fact, without a doubt, that we will, as a company, become the largest, most impactful brand in the history of automotive. I don't know when that will happen. I don't know exactly how that will happen. But I know for a fact that will be the case. Hundreds of thousands of lives will be touched. Generations will be positively impacted. And mediocrity or anything less will never seep into our organization. We will forever build towards where we are headed, not to where we are. Our company will shut down 7 weeks a year and outperform 99% of the other companies in our competitive space. We will pay above market for top performers all day long, every single time. I don't care if the company's bank account goes to zero. I will ultimately have the top performers in the nation. We will create a challenging and rewarding environment for everyone involved. And probably most importantly on the list, our company will never be just a job. It will always be an experience. You see, our company is a reflection of our lifestyle. I live life at 800%. And because I know who I am and I know who we are as a company, knowing the who but not the how is incredibly powerful. So how I tie all this into you is simple. Do you know the who? So many get caught up in the how, the when, the what, the where, or even the why. But none of that matters if you don't know the who. You see, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I don't have a clue. But I know who I am, and I know who we are. And as long as we're clear on that, nothing can stop us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with me today and this week. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I do. And I truly believe that you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God planted in you a seed. And in that seed is the DNA, the genetic makeup and structure of everything you need to unlock the magnificence that exists inside you. And so I challenge you to not settle for average, below average, or even above average, but to seek excellence in everything that you do. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for them. Do it for you. We're going to head over to Clubhouse. We'll talk about this a little bit more today. I will not be here next week. We will have some pre-recorded episodes for you so you can still gather as a community. But my company's shutting down. Midnight tomorrow, we will shut down for 7 days. 7 days of Sabbath. 7 days to spend time with our families. 7 days to reflect on who we are and where we're going. 7 days to restore and to rest. 7 days to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ and to ring in a new year. So Merry Christmas to you all. Happy New Year. And I'll be back January 2nd. We'll do it all over again. Right here at 5:30 a.m. And I won't say on GM3X because it won't be. It'll be something different. Whoa. I don't know why I did that.
So far away, I saw you not so long ago. Was it just yesterday? Got that old feeling that I know. In the dark of the night, I'll be alright. The sun will rise.